Hello out there and welcome to the newspaper review here on TAF TV. Of course, this is where we get to discuss with members on the street, get to discuss the papers and hear what they have to say as regards headlines making rounds on the papers. My name is Obed Jerry, your host for today, and you out there can also be a part of this show. Please subscribe to our channel. If you are yet to subscribe, turn on your notification button, connect with us across all our social media platforms. Before we discuss with people on the streets, let's first look into the newspapers that I'm with right now and see what the headlines look like. First, we'll be looking at the Vanguard newspaper, today being Thursday, April 11th, 2024. We could see as headline here, it says, transfer of pension money out of Nigeria escalates. Details of this story is found on page 19. Inquiry, Okwama community shuns military panel, Okoloba in attendance. Details is found on page 4. PDP NEC meeting. Governors, orders renew battle for party's soul. Details is found on page 4. Egberi Papa regains freedom 2 days after arrest. Details is found on page 10. Our security improving, says federal government. Details is found on page 25. And at the main story at the Vanguard newspaper here, we could see it says tariff hike. 20 hours supply for Band A customers under threat. Sub-story under that reads, as power allocation hovers at 3,236 megawatts. Details of this story is found on page 20. Ohaneze demands probe of terrorist attack on a Boeing-bound bus. Details is found on page 14. And that's all be taken on the Vanguard newspaper. And moving on, we'll be looking at the Nation's newspaper. You can see here the Nation's newspaper, it says, custom FX rate for import duties drop at 1,238 naira per dollar. Details is found on page 2. Military begins probe of Okwama killing in Warri. Details is found also on page 2 of the Nations. Imo Specialist Hospital plans mass burial for unclaimed corpse. Details is found on page 29. At the main story here, we can see it says, our cut of diesel price driving down inflation, says Dangote. Sub-story under that reads, entrepreneurs should work with the government. Abiodun economy on recovery path. Details is found on page 2. Tinubu urges sacrifice, integrity for national rebate. Sub-story under that reads, Buhari drums up support for leaders. It's only guarantee for better tomorrow. Details of this story is found on page 2. Emergency bill to boost revenue from non-oil sector underway, says Edun. Details is found on page 2 also. And lastly, you can see it says, 75% of Rivers Primary School have no teachers, says Fubara. What about these persons that are qualified to be teachers and these youth corpers that are being posted to these schools every time, every batch? All right, details of this story is found on page 29, and that's all be taken on the Nation's newspaper. And lastly, for today, we'll be looking at the Daily Trust newspaper. We can see it says, cracks widen in PDP as North Central as insists on chairmanship. I take that again, it says, cracks widen in PDP as North Central insists on chairmanship. Details is found on page 11. Controversy over price war on London roads. Details is found on page 18. Israel bombs Gaza on Salah Day despite US rebuke. This is a very sad one, a very, very sad one. Details of this story is found on page 12. And at the main story here, we can see it says, CBN sacks 50 more staffs. Sub-story under that reads, 117 gone in 20 days. Another sub-story under that reads, staff accuses management of illegality, double standard, external vendors affected. Details is found on page 4. Salah, seek knowledge, pray for leaders, Sultan tells Muslims. Details is found on page 27. Lastly, it says, customs import duties rate. Customs import duty rate falls to 1,238 naira per dollar. Details is found on page 28, and that's all we taking on the Daily Trust. Now let's get to see the reactions of people on the street. Let's get to hear what they have to say as regards these headlines making rounds on paper. Stay tuned. All right, good morning, sir.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome. Happy Salah holidays.
Thank you very much.
Enjoying it.
My brother, the Salah has been wonderful, mixed anyway. You go around, you see people are suffering.
Exactly.
There's no food in the house for people to eat.
That is why the Salah celebration is not being noticed.
It's not been noticed, yes. So you see that everywhere people are just going about their normal business. There's no sign that there is celebration going on in the country.
All right, I pray the government and God will help us out. Let's look into the story on Vanguard that says tariff hike. 20-hour supply for Band A customers under threat. What do you have to say about this electricity hike in general?
Yes, actually I saw this news and I was a little bit sad. Sad in the sense that we live in a country where the government don't care about the people, the masses. You understand? Now, if you're giving band A customers 20 hours supply every day, what now happens to the poor masses? The poor masses are left with just 4 hours to scramble on. And you discover that there are some areas, even in this our Port Harcourt now, I can beat my chest and tell you that for the past 3 months, they've not seen any sign of light. And you are giving band A customers 20 hours. Are you not considering those people? Are they not human beings? Human beings are living there, and these people are suffering. It's like they are not even existing. They are not even in a civilized world. What is civilization without light? And you see, give these companies, these big establishment estates, this money just because you feel they pay more higher tariff. Why not distribute this thing? The poor people there, what are they using? They are not using anything. Give them light and let them pay the little they can pay. This is the problem I have with the government.
And this is one of the reasons why petty traders on the streets, their prices of goods.
Yes, the price of goods now is going higher.
They would say that they buy petrol and using for their
generator. They use it for that. You understand what I'm saying? They use it for that. They can't have light. So if they don't have light to give us the services we need from them, how do you expect these poor masses to survive? Exactly. They can't survive because the more you go to the market, the more the goods in the market increase because they will tell you we buy fuel at a high price.
Yes, exactly. All right. Let's deviate a little bit on the Daily Trust newspaper. A headline is saying that CBN has sacked 50 more staffs just from March to this period. That we are seeing that they've sacked over 117 persons just in a span of 20 days. What's your take on that?
My brother, is very disheartening. Now, if you, I just want to be very practical here. These people they sack, what consideration did they do, or what was their criteria for sacking them? Did they commit any offense? I mean, you gave them employment, and all of a sudden, these people are using this means to feed their family. They are supporting their family. They are helping their family. They feed their family with this. And all of a sudden now you've rendered them jobless. Now you are trying to impact back on the society by creating more avenue for crime. Because if unemployment rate yes, if unemployment rate increases, crime will also increase. Because if I cannot provide for my family, what do you expect me to do? I will look for means. I'll look for means, and before you know, the country will be turned into something else. So the government should consider, CBN should consider these people. And I know that what they are trying to do now is to create employment for their own people. That is what they do. Now you are sacking somebody, you are creating employment for another person. What is the criteria?
That is somehow favoritism.
That is without checking the competence. That is why the country is plunging deeper and deeper into corruption. If you sack these people because they are not competent enough, we will understand, make it public. These people are not competent.
And some of them are even saying they are living in fear because they don't know who's next.
Some even supposed to be so. True, if you read the story very well, you discover that some of the workers there already they are Hispanic, there is fear. Nobody knows who is next. So where are we heading to? I pray the government should just look into this and review this retrenchment or this downsizing they are doing in these sectors and let us know what is happening. Let these people also know their stand. Let them know that they have families that they are taking care of. At least you provide these job opportunities for people. There is no job anywhere. You're not creating job, and they want people to have. You are sacking them.
You're removing them from where they see food.
So what do we say about it?
And then if you say it's incompetence, how come it was not noticed since over 3, 4, 5 years ago?
My brother, there is nothing like incompetence. You just rightly mentioned it. That is what I had in mind. It's favoritism. As in, if I enter office today, I want to carry my own people along. And now, if there is no job opportunity in the office where you are, you want to create job opportunity for them by sacking people that are already there, which is a bad trend. You're sacking people, you're making people leave the place where they work should be for the sole reason of incompetence or manpower mismanagement. That is why you should sack people.
All right. All right. Good day.
Good day. Good morning.
Welcome. I hope you are enjoying the Salah holiday.
Yes, I am. I'm enjoying the Salah holiday.
Regardless of how hard the country is at the moment.
The country is very, very hard at the moment. It's not.
That is why we are not too much really noticing the holiday.
Yes. Because everybody is trying to find their feet, so it's not really easy in anywhere. both the young and the old, everybody's complaining. It's not really easy.
All right. I would like your thoughts on the Vanguard that says tariff hike. You could see that they've increased electricity tariff to over 240%. Now it's saying 20-hour supply for Band A customers under threat. They want to be supplying 20 hours steady light for Band A customers, those people that are paying high for this electricity. And then they are forgetting other persons that are using these lights. What do you have to say about it?
Funny enough, even the 20 hours back, they say they're giving. They're not even giving it.
It's not even sure.
They are not even giving it. Like my house now, we use prepaid. And the prepaid, I checked it and I checked our own. And we are using, we are in Band D. And Band D says that.
Not far from Band A.
Yeah, not Band A.
First class.
No, it's not even around. They're giving us like, they're supposed to give us 8 hours light for a day. But they're not even giving us the 8 hours light. They're giving us like 2 or 4 hours light. And that 2 or 4 hours light, yes. And that 2 or 4 hours light is like for people that are in Band E. So they're not even true to their words. So the except the NERC that's supposed to put their mind into it. If not, the electricity distribution, they're not doing what they're supposed to do. All of them, they are just as if they are staying there to launder money because people pay high tariff, especially people that are using estimated bill. So they're not even giving it. I was on Twitter, I was checking some persons. Some persons were saying that even the 20 hours, they're not giving them. They're not even giving them up to 16 hours light. So they're not even being truthful. Nigeria, they're not being sincere. They just go and get away with everything. The government just allow everything to work. Nothing is working. So the 20 hours is not working.
So since the 20 hours light is not working, should the tariff hike still continue?
It shouldn't continue. They should first make the necessary things on ground first before making it, putting it out there, so that we enjoy the benefit of the light. Like according to us, they said our country is distributing light to other countries. Let them also give that thing to us. I feel in Nigeria, if we happen to, if we are in an area where they give light, the moment we receive that light, definitely we must pay. That's why you go to some communities they don't like paying, especially indigenous of a particular community. They don't pay. They'll tell you they are not seeing the light. So why? So why should they pay? On a normal step, why should they pay when they are not seeing the benefit of the light? So on my own, I'm even in support of, if we don't get the light, if the NEPA people come, we don't pay. That is it. When we enjoy the light, we pay.
Now, what's your take about on these end band users like the band F, H, G, all those ones that hardly see light and they pay low cost electricity? Are they being treated fairly in general as regards electricity? Because there are some places in Port Harcourt here that some persons have not seen light up to 1 week, 2 weeks.
The thing there is that I don't know how the distribution company happened to spread the thing. The thing there is that they should look for a way to distribute the light, and they should employ more people. If maybe the job is people that are supposed to do the job are not much, they should employ more people in those areas, that in such a way that they will look at maybe the income of those particular people and see if actually they can afford a particular kind of.
Also, advisable that they go to these houses and check the structure of the houses.
Yes.
You cannot be charging a normal one room to be paying 3,000-4,000 naira for light bill, when you know that they use less appliances.
Yes, that is actually true. Like my house now, we stay in a 3-bedroom apartment. So, but even using the prepaid, we are not enjoying any benefits. Like last night, they brought light at like 4 hours, and that 4 hours now is the next day. I mean, we are in Bandi, we are supposed to be using 8 hours light, and you're expecting me. I'm sure maybe they even put me in the tariff of people that have to pay that 266 naira per kilowatt. I'm sure maybe that's what they're putting us. So these things are not being regulated.
They are not being put
yes,
in the proper place.
yes, especially people that are not even aware. When you are not even aware, you pay these bills and you don't know that these people are eating your money. Nothing is working. Nothing is being regulated in this country. The government are not putting the right people in place, and people are not even aware of things that are even around them. Because if you are aware and you make complaints, I'm sure that these people will step up their game.
All right, thank you very much. All right, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Welcome. It's good to have you here again.
Thank you.
All right, let's look into the story on the Daily Trust that says CBN sacks 50 more staffs. We could see that just in a span of 20 days from March to April, they've sacked over 110 persons, and this sacking spree would go on till the end of April. What do you have to say about that?
Now, have they, of course, before you get to sack somebody,
Exactly.
there has to be a reason. So, why are they being sacked? That's the first thing we should consider.
See, another thing to look out to in this issue now is the case of competence. This person that you are removing now, they've had experience. They've worked to 3 to 5, some have even worked up to 10 years that have been sacked. How sure are we that when you remove these people, that it will not affect the CBN as regards their operation for the period of time?
You know what affects the Central Bank of Nigeria, affect every other commercial bank, and affect Nigerian's economy generally. So I would say at this point that I hope there will be no level of favoritism, because these persons in quotes have been taken out have been sacked because of their incompetence, regardless of their work experience. We will not tell me that these persons that are coming in to replace them will replace them perfectly well. That's a lie. That's a big lie. So in as much as we know that we will not have a perfect replacement, but let there be no breach. Let there be no breach. Now, since we are playing a game of replacement in CBN now, I hope these persons, if we get to detect some level of incompetence in them, they'll be replaced. Because if they are not replaced, it will actually show that this is some level of cabal that has been built. We are trying to take out the former foundation to plant our own, so that we at last, we always work first for our stomach. Naturally, human beings are biased, so we keep working out for ourselves. So, but we know for sure that these new ones that are coming will not be able, because of experience in quotes, will not be able to replace these old ones. And I will beg, this one is, I'm the one soliciting as a patriotic Nigerian, for this person that have been sacked, please let them be able to fall back to something. If not, corruption in Nigeria will increase. I know where I'm coming from. Corruption in Nigeria will increase because these persons already have loopholes. They already have a stronghold in the CBN. So how are we sure that they will not sit back in the house?
And some are even directors.
So
of several departments.
Obviously.
So they are top tier.
So now these are persons that have influence already. Instead of sacking them, like they should be as godfathers to this one. So yeah, they should be. I know most of them will say they're actually old but instead of eradicating them from the system completely, which is not possible. Those guys still have hands. Those, just like you said, those guys that have been top executives, they still have hands. So for us not to increase the corruption rate in Nigeria, let's give these guys what to fall back on and still use them as advisors to this one, as coach.
Based on experience.
So it is completely wrong to actually sack over 117 persons and still expecting to sack more. That means you're planning to wipe out the whole staff of CBN and bring in another body just to work for your own benefit. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. All right, you heard everything that has been discussed here. You heard everything that people on the street have to say as regard headlines making rounds on these papers. You also can be a part of the show. If you have a comment to drop as regards what is being discussed here, please slide to our comment section and drop your comments. Subscribe to our channel if you are yet to subscribe. Turn on your notification button. Connect with us across all our social media platforms. My name is Obed Jerry, your host for today, and this has been the newspaper review here on TAF TV. See you next time.